Yellow, and welcome to Good Games Spawn Point, the show for younger gamers by gamers. I'm Barjo.
And I'm Hex.
And I am Darren.
Coming up on the show this week, we will get the results of the Spawn Selects web poll on Live Sims, and we'll answer more of your questions and ask Good Game.
But first, it's time to hand out some rubber chickens. Review time, Barjo.
The review.
Go.
Darren, we've got to talk about armchair real estate. Mine.
Negative. So, what game are we reviewing now?
Actually, we're doing a knitting sim, Darren. You wouldn't like it, so you probably should just, shut down and skip this one.
Oh, it sounds dreadfully dull. Very well. Shot and go.
Bye, Darren. See you later. We're actually doing TrackMania, and the last thing we want is any more stories about Darren's time as a stunt robot from the ABC, so I thought it best we not tell him.
Well, TrackMania has actually been around for ages on PC and wowing gamers with its totally hectic multiplayer action, but it's finally hit the Wii, so we thought we'd check it out and see if it was the real deal or just a watered-down console version.
TrackMania is all about massive jumps, crazy loop-the-loops, split-second cornering, big turbo boosts, and the thrill of seeing other players try and hit the same checkpoints at the same time.
And this game is brilliant on PC, but the Wii has a bit of a handicap, and that's because you can only play against up to 6 players over Nintendo Wi-Fi at once, so it doesn't quite have that epic thrill of the PC version. Lounge room multiplayer can be with 4 players, and you can race it out all at once, or you can play hot seat and pass the controller along. The split-screen multiplayer is a real saving grace, really, because TrackMania is at its best when you're playing with other people.
Yeah, split screen is great and you will have a lot of fun there, although you don't get to see that much of the track because the window is shrunk right down. You will have a lot of fun laughing and yelling at your friends though as they stack it right before the finish line as everyone else just cruises over.
If you do manage to get a game online, which I have to say was pretty easy to get going, you don't have to worry about any of those long friend codes. You just log into a server and wait for others to join. The online play is still epic even with just 6 players because you're all effectively ghost cars, so you don't have to worry about other people knocking you off the track. It's all about your time and where you end up in the rankings.
But if you're not really into multiplayer, there's heaps here to keep the solo gamer happy. There's a whopping great big track editor that lets you build crazy tracks and share them online. I liked how you earned credits by racing and then you get to spend those credits in the TrackMania shop to unlock build parts in the editor. It works as a good incentive to keep you playing, then build, and then play, and so on. The better at the game you get, the more amazing the tracks are that you can build and share online.
The racing is simple, but it's so much fun, isn't it, Badge?
Yeah.
It's all about hitting those checkpoints as fast as possible while dealing with massive ramps and obstacles. You know if you don't have enough speed when you hit a jump, you'll go flying off the track and have to face a reset.
It's good they made the reset so easy, just one button push and you're back on the track at the last checkpoint you hit. And this game, it's really all about failing, epic failing, over and over again, and then re-racing until you hit that amazing time and get it just right. I quite like the puzzle and platform modes as well, Hex.
I really liked the platform modes. It's all about just getting your car to the finish line. Some of those angled jumps and tricky loops are hard to pull off unless you have enough speed, and there's also these massive holes in the middle of the track that you have to dodge at high speeds. It's all about the challenge and getting your skills up as you go.
And the puzzle mode too. The track has a start and a finish point, but it's up to you to place the track elements to get you there. It's a big track building puzzle that you have to test out with your car to see if you can make it work. I found with all the different variety in the gameplay modes here, Hex, meant that I never got sick of playing. Plus, all those different environments, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I know, Badge. Plus, I think this is one of the most addictive games I've played on the Wii. I think they've brought over all the most important parts from the PC version, but made them work so well here. I can't imagine why this wouldn't be a huge hit with the Wii fans, and it should be. If you've never played TrackMania, take our word for it, because it's so much fun. I'm giving it 9 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hex. The TrackMania formula is still a hit. Plus, there's hundreds of levels here and hundreds more you can create or download for free. There's heaps of control options too, so you can get that classic controller out and give it a bit of a workout. I'm giving it 9 out of 10 rubber chickens. Alright, let's wake Darren up. Darren, on!
He doesn't have a clap function. Switch. So, I give Extreme Knitting Simulator a 3 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Oh dear, that sounds terrible. Glad I missed that one.
Okay, Barjo, time to open up the inbox. Whoa, we've got heaps to get through. First one is this one from Darren in Wouldn't You Like to Know in Victoria. Can you guys tell me when the new WoW expansion is coming out, please? P.S. You guys rock. P.P.S. Noobs suck.
Darren, stop sending us emails. These emails are for the viewers.
Barjo, I don't think that's our Darren. It's just like a viewer, also called Darren. Darren, we put your question to Blizzard and they told us that the exact release date is not available yet, but they are on track to launch Cataclysm, the World of Warcraft expansion, at the end of the year.
Yeah, but they won't release it until it's ready. I gotta go. Right.
Which is code for no idea. Okay, moving on to this one from Andrew in Townsville, Queensland.
Tell me a joke about robots. It's total rubbish. I don't get the show. Why don't they just call the show Cool Games or something like that?
Hey, Andrew, the show is called Good Game because that's what you say to someone when you finish playing a game with them.
Yeah, it's a polite and friendly sign of sportsmanship, a bit like when tennis players shake hands over the net when the match is over, or when football players all come together to swap shirts after the final whistle.
So it's not a description of the games in the show. I mean, if that's what it was, we'd have to change the title sometimes to Bad Game.
Yeah, or Boring Game. Actually, that does have kind of a ring to it. Boring, no it doesn't. Next up is this from Anna in Melbourne, which is in the state of Victoria. Hey Barjo and Hex, I'm obsessed with Professor Layton game, and on your last episode Darren said that there were 2 other Professor Layton games. When do they come out, and can you show the trailers in English with their name?
Hey Anna, we can't give you an exact date, but it looks as if we can look forward to the next game, Professor Layton and the Lost Future, towards the end of October this year.
Let's show a bit of the trailer for Anna.
Something's gone very wrong.
As for more Layton games after Lost Future, it's safe to assume that we will get them in Australia, but no sign of a release date yet. So, moving on to this one from Byron in Elstonwick, also in Victoria.
Can you get games that are supposed to be on the Xbox 360, but you don't have one because I really want Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise, and I don't have an Xbox 360, but I have a PS3. Please, please, please answer! Thanks. Byron, sorry buddy, but that's a big fat no on that one. Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise is a 360 exclusive title, which means you have to have a 360 to play it, and we're struggling to think of anything like it for the PS3.
Yeah, there's some awesome PS3 games like Little Big Planet, but nothing really like Viva Pinata. Sad face.
An easy one this time, Hex, and it's from Riley, who lives in Geelong. I don't know where that is. Oh, it's in Victoria.
What time is your MA15 Plus games show on? Please answer. P.S. You guys are awesome! Exclamation marks forever. Hey Riley, thanks. And it's on Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. over on ABC2. But check with your folks first because they might not be cool with you watching it because some of the content is for adults.
Let's tackle this tricky one next. It's from You Choose in Brisbane.
You choose?
Queensland.
Dear Good Game, my friend is a total noob and he won't admit it. He lost at the easiest game I have, and that's Sims 1 with the cheats. It was offensive to all gamers everywhere. Please tell me how to help him. Well, you choose. First you have to decide on his noob status. Is your friend a noob who could be cured? Or is he a perma-noob?
If he's a curable noob, you'll need to invest in some time helping him. You need to think about which games you are going to play. Make sure that they are always fun and not frustrating. You need to calmly offer suggestions, praise him when he does well, encourage him when he makes some progress, and resist the urge to totally porn.
If you decide, however, that he's a perma-noob, then there's really not much hope and you're better off spending your time with him doing something other than gaming. In our experience though, luckily, total perma-noobery is extremely rare.
Next we have this from James in Sydney in New South Wales. How's it going, James? What you got to say? Oh, this. I got told by a friend you can play as Luigi in Super Mario Galaxy 1. If that is true, then how do you? P.S. Please answer this question because I'm so close to finishing it. Well, James, it's a good job you are close to finishing the game because that's what you have to do to play as Luigi in Super Mario Galaxy.
That's right. First, get all 120 stars and complete all of the purple coin missions. Then you have to beat Bowser a second time, and after the credits roll, you get a message saying that Luigi is now a playable character.
Good luck with that massive achievement. Okay, well, last up today, we have this technical question from Alexander in Wagga Wagga, New South Wales.
What does pre-rendered mean?
Hey Alex, pre-rendered refers to the graphics in a game. You know when you see those amazing cutscenes, like this one from Halo Wars? They look like a movie and they're pre-rendered.
Creating graphics, especially moving graphics, is hard work for a computer or a console, and it can slow things down a lot.
Developers reduce the strain on the computer or console by doing all that work when the game is in development, usually on much more powerful computers than the game consoles. Then they turn these graphics into little movies.
When you hit that point in your game, the console or computer just plays the movie, which is far less demanding on the machine and more impressive on the eyes.
And that's all the time we have for this week. But if something is bugging you, then bug us by sending your query here. You're totally upgrading that PC.
Guitar Hero laptop version!
For the last few weeks, we've been running a Spawn Selects poll to find out your favourite life simulation game. The choices were The Sims, Animal Crossing and Sport. Let's find out the verdict. Darren, please be crunching those numbers.
Well, since you asked so politely. Tabulating hits, lasering spam bots, calculating time sync logs. Operation complete. The game franchise with the most votes is The Sims.
Well, it's really no wonder that The Sims came out on top. The franchise is the most successful gaming series of all time, having sold over 100 million games.
To put that in perspective, that's more than the Halo and Call of Duty franchise put together.
For those of you who haven't played a Sims game, the Sims franchise revolves around the player controlling the lives of virtual people, building their houses, keeping them clean, feeding them happy, safe and productive.
Unlike most other games, The Sims doesn't really have a win-lose scenario. Your sim can die if you don't look after it well enough, but it's not really a loss because you can just move a new one into the house that you've already built. The game continues on as long as you choose to keep playing.
The Sims 2 added more gameplay mechanics to the life simulation formula by giving your Sims more needs and desires, and The Sims 3 extended on these desires, but you still couldn't win.
I think being able to give commands to humans is made of win. Barjo, go make me a sandwich.
Hex, go make Darren a sandwich, please.
No pala, okay kikila.
I think we broke a brain.
Negative, Barjo. Hex is speaking in Simlish, a gibberish language developed specifically for the Sims franchise. It uses sounds taken from English, Ukrainian, Finnish, Latin, French, and Tagalog.
Originally, the game's soundtrack was made up of a bunch of silly gibberish songs, but then artists like Katy Perry, Lily Allen, and the Veronicas all started to record Simlish versions of their own songs for the game's expansion packs.
There's certainly enough expansion packs to go around.
You can bet that when The Sims 3 is released for consoles in late October, there will be even more expansion packs to add to the pile.
Well, you can't forget about the spin-off games either. There was The Sims Stories, which was specifically designed for lower spec computers, My Sims, which was kind of a anime-style Sims game for the Wii, and Sim Animals, in which players could control animals instead of humans.
There was also The Sims Online, a massively multiplayer version of The Sims that failed rather spectacularly.
And there's another Sims game coming out early next year called The Sims Medieval, where you get to construct a medieval kingdom and complete quests.
Okay, well, I think that's enough about The Sims. Let's choose another topic for the Spawn Selects poll.
How about the meanest villains?
Oh, I like it. Well, so, Spawnlings, who's the baddest baddie? Well, one of them has to be Bowser.
Definitely, and Dr. Eggman.
And Team Rocket?
Team Rocket. You can vote for your favourites on the Spawn Selects website here.
Say, Barjo, Hex, do you think you can say goodbye in Simlish?
Yeah, I can do that. Shoshu Spawnlings.
Shoshu Spawnlings.
Wunderbar.
That's not Simlish.
That was German.
Yeah.
And you said wonderful, not goodbye.
Yeah.
Wake up, Jeff! Everybody's wiggling. Wake up, Jeff! We really need you! Wake up, Jeff! You're missing all the fun now! Wake up, Jeff, before the day's through!
This is the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Darren, what are you doing?
Oh, hello, Hex and Barjo. I was just practicing for my audition.
What audition?
Why, to be the first ever robot Wiggle.
Hang on a sec. Darren, why do you have 5 copies of the Wiggles?
They're backup copies.
But Darren, you can't just hoard a bunch of copies of a game you don't even need. Plus, these are signed by the actual Wiggles. There could be Spawnlings out there who'd really want these.
I think we should give these away as a competition prize.
That's a good idea.
Negative. They might go to noobs. Can we at least test the Spawnlings on their abilities as songsmiths? Only a proper composer is worthy of a SingStar game.
What would you suggest?
To win one of these autographed copies of SingStar Wiggles, each entrant must write song lyrics. Lyrics about me, and lasers, and noobs, to the tune of Advance Australia Fair. The 5 best entries will win. Lyrics can be emailed to goodgamecompetitions@yourabc.net.au, and I will sing the best one on the show. Now, enough of this. I've got to get back to my rehearsals. Wake up, Jeff. Everybody's wiggling. Wake up, Jeff. You're missing.
I think it's time for us to get out of here, Hex.
Good idea.
See you next time, spawners. Butter up.
Hex out.
Doesn't matter 'cause I'm a great singer. Wake up, Jeff. I am a super robot. Wake up, Jeff. La-di-da-di-da.